Watching Stormforce Games, live streaming 3 nights a week at twitch.tv/StormforceGames. Next on Stormforce Games, it's Farming Simulator 22. Stormforce Games starts right now. Good morning, everyone. 1 minute past 11 a.m., June 15th, 2022. Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm TV Guy Jay. This is Stormforce Games, and I haven't even been live for 4 minutes, and I get a spam idiot posting in the chat. I mean, I'm not even that big of a streamer for you to be advertising your shit in my chat, so do us all a favor and get fucking lost. Kryptonics. And rest assured you've been banned and reported to Twitch. I'm sure your account is already deleted, but there you go. You just can't win. Like, you just... I don't get it. I don't understand how these people think that anyone is gonna fall for this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Hold on a second. All right. So that user's been reported. Got to do my due diligence here, and at least I can't say that I never tried. Anyway, yeah, that was fun. Way to kill the flow of my intro, and I guess that's the point, probably at this point. You know what I mean? I gotta turn that off. I forgot to turn that off. See, I'm all sideways now because of this stupid idiot that comes in my chat and decides, hey, let's see if we can get somebody to click on my scam link. So, anyway, bravo to you for ruining the intro to my stream. I hope that you live the rest of your life in misery. All right, we are going to get situated here and play some video games. This is Farming Simulator 22. You guys already knew that, though. This is what we're doing on the daytime stream. Tomorrow, we will have both this daytime stream and an evening stream, our normal primetime time slot at 8 p.m. But we'll also be live for a few hours. What is going on here? We'll also be live for a few hours. He's on the roof of the house! My gosh. Yeah, we'll be live from 11 to 2 tomorrow, and then from, again, in the evening from 8 p.m. until whenever. So, be there, tune in, have some fun with us. Where were we? Yesterday, we were cutting down some trees on some new property. We got some honey over here, by the way. Check out the honey. It's 263 liters of honey right now that's been produced by our 2 large beehives. Don't quite have enough money for a 3rd beehive yet, but as soon as we do, we'll be taking care of that. We were over here yesterday taking care of some trees and whatnot. I need to get... I think what I'm going to do with these is try to trailer them. The problem is I don't have any real good way of carrying these, so I may just leave them for now and get rid of the stumps and whatnot. There's a couple of things I want to take a look at first, though, and one of them is... Alright, that stuff did go away, so I'm happy with that. Oh, no, it didn't, actually. That's still over here. But I suspect that will stay like that for some time now. All right. So how do I want to do this? That's the big question here. I think what I'll do is I'll probably get rid of the bushes, and then I will get rid of the stumps, and then we'll mow. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken here, that I can just put meadow grass down. Yeah, okay. Perfect. There's always a bit of a bare spot under these bushes, so I'm kind of being a little judicious with my... Whoops. Those are definitely the wrong buttons. Being judicious with my grass placement here. Just to make sure I don't miss any areas. They were certainly very liberal with the bushes here. They put these things in just about everywhere. Unfortunately, it's costing me a heck of a lot of money to do this. All right, we got this big tree. Actually, we got a few big trees over here. And I think I'm going to leave these trees for now. I will eventually go back there and take care of that little area, but for right now, we're just going to... There is a mod where you can landscape for free. Yeah, there's pretty much a mod for everything. I should probably look into that, but... And good morning. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Oops, I missed one. Now the question is, do I want to even bother going over here? And the answer is, yes, I do. I do. So we'll probably cut all these trees down today. And see if we can get rid of the wood. I'll probably just take the logs this time instead of messing with chipping them. It seems to take me longer to do that. Whoops. The only problem is I don't know. It's a giant pain in the ass either way you slice it. Forestry is one of the most irritating things to do in FS22. And to be fair, it's been one of the most irritating things to do for a long time. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for joining the stream this morning. There is an implement that I can use to get rid of these bushes. The only problem is it makes ground cuts, and I don't like dealing with that. So, I mean, to be fair, at least we can get rid of the bushes. Whoops. At least we can get rid of the bushes in FS22. In 19, you had to go into Giants Editor and take them out because they were part of the map. They weren't placeables, so small improvements. Trek 600. Okay. I'll look into that. I just think, I mean, I know a lot of people like the landscape and everything, but I just think it clutters the map. I like to have wide open areas, particularly when I want to focus on like grass collection, you know, making hay, stuff like that. For when I get the dairy up and running, I want to be able to have large areas where I can mow the grass and not be dealing with bushes and trees and stuff like that. We'll leave trees in the mountainous areas, but I want to get the bushes out of the way so I have clear view. I can see. Doesn't look cluttered. And, you know, if I decide I want to spruce up an area, I can put them back manually later and not have to worry about it too much. Personally, I just think it looks better. But everybody has different feelings on it, you know? Western Wilds. I was really hoping that, because I used to be crazy into the Great Plains map on FS19, which was like a 4X flat map. I really, really liked the flat map just because I didn't have to deal with landscaping every time I wanted to put a friggin' building down. But I guess the person that developed that map stopped dealing with it a little bit after it was released. So it never really got any updates. There was some stuff broken on it. And I highly doubt it's going to make it to FS22, although I wish it would, because it's a fantastic map with a lot of rectangular, large fields, like really big fields. But when I saw that Goldcrest Valley was converted for 22, I was like, yep, sold. Because this has got to be one of my favorite maps ever since FS17. Just because it's got a little bit of everything, you know? It's got some mountainous areas. It's got a good downtown area. It's got all kinds of stuff. And the fields are modestly sized. You know, there's like one big-ass field, and the rest are fairly manageable. So, you know, this would be a great map for both single player and multiplayer because it's got the big fields and the little ones. Western Wilds is open and flat. Oh, is it completely is it a completely flat map, or is it just like mostly flat? I'll definitely have to check it out. And I'm assuming it's on the in-game mod hub, not from like a third party. All right, that looks good. 4X, nice, nice. There was another one that I was planning on starting here shortly. Can't think of the name of it. Let's take a look. It's a 4X. It's Midwest Horizons. That was one that I was going to start with in a little bit. I didn't realize that I'd get so into Goldcrest Valley right off, so we're working this map right now. And then I was going to get into Midwest Horizons. But while we got a second, let's just take a look and see the map you're talking about here. Western Wilds. Let's see if we can find it here. They actually have two versions of Goldcrest Valley on the mod hub. The Goldcrest Valley 22 I didn't really like. I can't remember why. I think it had something to do with how the different parcels of land were set up on it. The Western Wilds, here we go. Let's take a look here. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, nice. It's got power lines set up on too. That's one thing that I really enjoy with maps is when they have telephone poles and power lines already put in. Because on FS19, the Great Plains map didn't have power lines or power poles. So in order for me to like kind of use the utility trucks that I had, the bucket trucks that I had, I actually went and opened the map in Giants Editor and put a whole network of power lines and power poles, which took me a really long time. So I was able to actually utilize those trucks. But I love it when a map has power poles and power lines already installed because it just adds to the realism. And especially if you're the type of player that uses like utility trucks and plow trucks and stuff like that, it just adds to it. You know, it adds to the experience. So, yeah, this looks pretty good. I see all the parcels of land are nice rectangles and stuff, so that's pretty neat. We'll add this one to the download list. I'm always for that, you know. Turn off Courseplay. Courseplay is the only thing I don't really use right now. Midwest. I went into it like once just to kind of take a look at it, but I haven't really put any time into it. I don't know if you noticed that. I think the timer said like 4 minutes I've spent in it. But I'm excited to start playing with that map. I wanted to try to like establish a farm on Goldcrest where I didn't use a money cheat. Just to kind of play it the way it's supposed to be played. But when I go into Midwest, I'll probably give myself like a couple $1 million to start. Just because of the size of that map, like, you know, I wanna dive into it like raring to go. This one's kind of like a survival mode attempt that I'm doing. So I'm excited. I love this map so much. I don't know why. The one thing I need to do, though, is I need to get rid of this cell site. It's not a placeable in this version of the map. It's actually built into the map itself. And when I tried to take it out in Giants Editor and put the map back into the game, for some reason it screwed up the file. So I got to figure out how to get rid of this without breaking the map. I just haven't had the time to really play with it. The placeable version of this cell site is the exact same model. It's just, for whatever reason, whoever built this map or converted this map, they added it in the editor, not in the game, so it's actually part of the land. But once I get more familiar with the new version of Giants Editor, I'll be able to get rid of that pretty easily. But for all of you that are fans of FS17 and are used to Goldcrest Valley, they really did a good job on this map. Like, I'm really impressed. The property lines are a little weird, how they're laid out. Like, this is all my land when you start, but if you stand over here, this is not my property. Matter of fact, that building was not my property either, so when I bought this parcel of land to get rid of the bushes and then I went to sell it, I couldn't because this belongs to me, but it wasn't on my land, so it was... What a freaking mess. You're only playing on your server, so you haven't had time to actually play in Midwest. I see, yeah. Do you guys have an open multiplayer server, or is it a private server? Because the other great thing about FS22 is the multiplayer, being able to co-op and stuff like that. I really, really enjoy that. There's a streamer that I'm going to be doing multiplayer with here soon, Misty Meow, and her farm is... she's a very new player to the FS series, so it's going to be fun kind of helping her, you know, learn the ropes. She's doing a really good job, but yeah, I love playing multiplayer on this. It's nice to play single player, but when you are on a big map, like a 4X or an 8X map, and like you need extra hands, you know what I mean? You need extra hands to be able to tackle stuff, because there isn't enough time in the day to be able to, like, plow a whole field, cultivate a whole field when it's, you know, 100 acres. And then seed it and you know, do all the stuff you need to do to it. Private, gotcha. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, when I had a server up, I know what you're talking about. Just like a lot of randos come in, they try to break stuff. A lot of people, I don't get why people have to be so malicious these days. I mean, god damn. Like, give us a break, you know? We're all just trying to have fun. And it's like the guy whoever it was that came into my stream right during the open and posted a link to buy followers. Like, dude, I average 3/4 of 1 view per stream. You're not gonna get anybody to click that link, man. Yes, I am East Coast. I am in Maine. I'm just outside of Portland, Maine. So it is 22 past, well, you can see the time up top. 22 past 11 local time right now. What the hell was I doing? I can't remember. Oh, yeah. Stump grinder. Duh. Stump grinder. Let's see here. Forestry equipment. We need a decent... See, these are really nice. I like these. I finally realized what they were for, but the only problem I don't enjoy these because they act like plows. So they'll get rid of bushes, they'll get rid of tree stumps, but they'll also create fields at the same time, and you can't turn it off. So it's really good if you want to dig in a field and you want to create a perfectly rectangular field, because with the traditional plows, it's always at an angle and it's hard to get square corners. But this is one of the only things that will take out bushes. It's also just a giant pain in the ass to use. Play on the server if you want to try out the map. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, I'll tell you what, if you send me a message on my Discord, there's a server link, I'll definitely check it out. Because, like I said, I love, you know, doing the multiplayer thing, and it's always nice to see what kind of creativity other people have with the game. Like, I just do it my way, but it's fun to see other people kind of doing this, and you know, seeing what kind of interesting things they can come up with. All right, so we are leasing the stump grinder there. my force feedback went away again. Damn it. Sorry, I had to. You got an ad. Oh, did you get a? Must be the Twitch ads. I haven't run an ad yet. I'll usually run an ad at the top of the hour. But my non-subs get like random ads. I don't see when that happens, so it's really frustrating for me. Because Twitch will just like drop an ad in, but it won't tell the streamer like, hey, you're in an ad break right now. Sucks to be you. I think it's kind of obnoxious, honestly, but there's really no way I can turn it off other than running my own ads manually, which turns it off for like half an hour. But I usually wait until I've streamed for an hour before I'll manually run an ad, just because I have a basic level of respect for my viewers, and I don't want to like piss them off, even though it does help pay the bills. I make more money on ad revenue than I do on like subs or bits or any of that stuff, so. Welcome back, though. I apologize for the ad, but that wasn't one that I ran manually. Alright, let's grab this beast, and hopefully the tractor has enough power to run it. I suppose I probably should have checked on that. Yes, it does, alright. I made that mistake with the wood chipper that I leased. Turns out the tractor I had only 200 horsepower and it needed 250, so then I had to lease a tractor too. It's really obnoxious and a little embarrassing. I was like, whoops, won't make that mistake again. Yeah, sure, yeah, definitely. I forgot, I gotta cut the rest of these trees down too. Darn it. I forgot. Alright, so we will dive over here. Oh, wow, way to stop right in the way, you idiot. Oops, speaking of idiots. I can't see. Alright. Let me see here. Oops, nope. Wrong controls. Don't know how they translate. There we go. Perfect. Alright, let's see what kind of mess we can make with this thing. Alright, one stump down. Many to go. Do you, Xylo, do you stream, or are you just a viewer and a FS aficionado? You do stream, cool, definitely. I'll have to check out your channel. I always enjoy following other people that that do the FS thing. Because again, I like to see people's creativity. Oh, let's see here. Oh, you're still there, you little sneak. I see you. Aha. It's hard to pick them out in the grass, but it's hard to mow the grass when the tree stumps are still there. It's like a chicken and the egg thing here. Oof, there's one over there. Gotcha. Stream FS and Star Citizen. I haven't heard of Star Citizen. You have 9 followers so far? That's pretty awesome, man. So you must have just started streaming pretty recently. That's great. I always love talking to new streamers. It's been a long time since I started streaming. I forget. Long time ago when I first started, man, it was... I didn't have... how long are you going to be streaming? Because we don't get on until after 5 or 6 p.m. If you're East Coast time as well. So today I'll only be streaming until about 2 p.m. But then so my work schedule is kind of weird. I work 7 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and then I go back to work for 3:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. So on Tuesdays and Wednesdays I stream from 11 to 2, and then on Thursdays and Fridays I stream from 11 to 2 and from 8 to like 10 p.m. And on Saturday, I stream from just 8 to 10 p.m. My schedule's down in the panels down below, and it's also I also just recently posted it to my Twitter at Stormforce Games. So yeah, I've got like 18 hours of stream time a week going right now. But occasionally I'll play when I'm not streaming, just to mess around and stuff. And I probably... if I'm going to be playing a multiplayer server, I probably won't be streaming it right away, just to respect the privacy of other people. But you play 10 to 11 p.m. Awesome, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely drop in just to check it out and give you guys a hand or whatever. Thank you very much for the invite. I appreciate that. And yeah, we'll make a fun thing out of it. My evening stream, so I've decided I'm probably just going to play Farming Sim during my morning streams. And then what I'll probably do is I'll do like an older game for my primetime streams, whether it's like Mario Maker or, you know, whatever. I'll find something. I've got a bunch of simulators too that don't get nearly enough love from me. I want to start getting into Flight Simulator again, but that will come with time. Bus Simulator and Power Wash Simulator, Lawn Mowing Simulator. I mean, if it's got simulator in the name, chances are I've played it. I haven't played Goat Simulator, though. I'll probably not add that to my game repertoire. I would say out of all of the simulators, though, Farming Simulator is probably my favorite, just because of the like all the stuff you can do with it. Like the traditionalists do like space games. You know, one game that I really do enjoy that is that's kind of space related is Surviving Mars. If you haven't heard of it, it's kind of like a Sim City for Mars, or like a City Skylines for Mars. Yeah, I used to play that a lot. I haven't played it in a while. Whoops, I missed one. I just kind of lost interest in it, and for no fault of the game, it's just because I started playing FS22 and a bunch of other stuff. But Surviving Mars, I think, is probably one of my favorite space-related games. And I'm big into space stuff anyway, like, just in real life. But yeah, that's one that I enjoyed quite a bit. I just ran over a stump there, but I can't see it. I had been doing Grand Theft Auto roleplay for a while, but I kind of stopped doing it for a bunch of different reasons. Gets repetitive after a while. Yeah, exactly. I mean, even Farming Simulator to me gets repetitive after a while, but there's so much stuff you can do in this game that it takes a lot longer for it to get old than, say, Mario Maker or, you know, City Skylines, stuff like that. I mean, you can certainly do a lot in City Skylines too, but that's more of an offline game for me, really. I'm not nearly as good with it as some of these other people that make these really amazing, elaborate cities. So I stick to what I know. Yeah, I know agriculture, I know farming, so this is my jam right here. This is what I enjoy. Yeah, definitely. And that's definitely where multiplayer comes into play. Like, it adds a whole new level to the game. You know, being able to, one, socialize, and two, teamwork and all that stuff. So I agree. I think it's really cool. You've been playing since 15? Nice. I picked it up when 17 came out, and I really liked it with 17, which is why I like Goldcrest Valley so much, because that was a map in 17 that I played. I think that was the only map in 17 that I played, honestly. And then when 19 came out, I got it right away, but I didn't play it. I didn't play it for a while because they had a lot of issues with the launch of 19, particularly with steering wheel support and a few other things. So I actually bought it. I played it once and then I just let it sit for a while because it wouldn't work with my steering wheel. So I actually went out and spent like $300 on the new steering wheel, and it started to work. Between that and a few patches that they released, I think that's all the trees. So then I started getting into 19 once they started fixing the problems. And then obviously 22 just recently came out, and 22's got some problems. Not as many, I don't think, but still some weird problems. And but at least this version is playable. You know what I mean? Whereas when 19 came out, it honestly, for me, it was not playable for, I would say, several months anyway. The steering wheel thing really pissed me off because I was like, you know, did people actually like beta test these games, or did they just finish them, throw them in a box, and say, there you go, good luck, best wishes, thanks for your money? Get all the logs onto the field here, because it's not my field yet, so I don't give a damn. Clutter up somebody else's field with lumber. But yeah, then 22 came out, and at least it works with my steering wheel. There are a few issues that are really annoying for me. One is the fact that it will delete all of my keybinds randomly. So like every other time I start my game, I have to reload my bindings XML file. Because it will delete all my custom keybinds. So like for GPS and all this other stuff that I have installed, they'll just revert to default. So I save my key bindings XML file to my desktop, and I just drop it. I just copy it back to my game folder every time I start the game. Another issue is just recently it stopped working with DirectX 12, and I don't know why. I went to launch the game one day and it just wouldn't launch. So I started Googling the issue, and somebody said, oh, well, if you change the renderer from DX12 to DX11, it will launch. So I tried it, and sure enough, it launches with DX11, but for whatever reason, it won't launch with DX12 anymore. And I tried reinstalling the game and doing a bunch of stuff, and it just won't do it. And my computer supports DX12. I mean, it's got a RTX 2060 video card in it, so it's DX12 system. So because it's running on DX11 and not DX12, there is a little bit of a performance hit because I'll start to lose frame rate after about an hour of playing. But at least I can play it, you know, and I know that eventually Giants will come out with a patch for it. At least I hope. I mean, there were some issues with FS19 that never got fixed. So I suppose I shouldn't be too, you know, too anxious for them to find a solution because they might not. Notice how the target for the tree is not where the tree is. You know, like I said, they've got a few bugs that need fixing. But overall, it is much more playable out of the box than 19 was. Timber. It's a big tree. Yeah, definitely playing with the steering wheel makes it a better game. The one thing I would like to do is get the side panel, the Logitech side panel for the game, only because of the 3-axis joystick on it. That would make my there it goes. That would make loader controls and stuff much easier to manage. Right now I'm using mouse and keyboard, a steering wheel with pedals, a Stream Deck, and an Xbox controller. And I only use the Xbox controller for the joysticks, which are for loader controls. I don't use any of the buttons on the controller, just the joysticks. All my buttons are either on the steering wheel or they're on my Stream Deck, and I have a bunch of custom buttons set up for like GPS control and stuff like that. So, whoops, that tree fell out into the road. So the Stream Deck definitely makes it a lot easier as well. But I want a good 3-axis joystick, or maybe 2 of them. You know, one on either side of my desk so I can do loader controls. Second laptop as a control panel and Xbox controller for the joysticks. Nice. Yeah, I'm able to, when I'm driving with one hand and I use these 2 fingers to control the joysticks on the controller, which I have right on the desk here. So it is convenient. It's how I've been doing it for a while. It works. Could it be better? Sure. But, I mean, you guys can't see it on camera, so it doesn't have to be glamorous. It just has to work, which I think is really cool. I'm trying to think, what were some of the issues I had with FS19? Oh, the dead zones, the controller dead zones would reset themselves every time I started the game. So I'd always have to go back and change the dead zones from 14% to 0 on like the steering wheel and stuff. Cause I'd turn the steering wheel like 90 degrees and my wheels wouldn't turn at all. So I'm like, what the hell is this? It seems like Giants, for whatever reason, has had a lot of issues with their coding for controls. I don't know why. I don't know why they have so much trouble with it. It doesn't seem like it should be that complicated. Like, just don't make the game delete my settings every time I close the game. That should be pretty simple, I would think, right? But for them, apparently it's very difficult. I don't know. There we go. Yeah, exactly. The thing that's the most important is the last thing they work on. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we don't need We don't need people to be able to, like, actually control the game. We just want it to look pretty. Like, oh, people can't control the game, but let's do precision farming DLC. That's a great idea, right? To be fair, I like the precision farming DLC. I think it's great, but there are other things that they could fix first. That's just my opinion. I still think it's a fantastic game. I will continue to play it, but for the love of all that is holy, please, please, Giants, fix the damn control system in this game. You know, I love everything you're doing except for everything you're doing. Whoops, I didn't quite mean to do that, but can I fix it? I don't think I can fix this now. I think oh, maybe. I think I screwed the pooch there. Alright, that's quite a bit of a mess, but problem solved. Yeah, I don't get why it's so difficult for them to, like, do simple things like that. Alright, we'll delimb this. What is growing here? This is canola? Looks like lettuce. Or clover or something. Alright, that's in the field. I probably shouldn't throw these in that field. The logs are going to start to disappear here. Earthquake. In the, is that the Osaka area? Yeah, right in Osaka, actually. Lots of shaking going on. Kumiyama, Osaka area is expanding slightly. It doesn't appear to be a severe one. Intensity of 1. In the Kyoto region, near Kobe, Nara, Osaka area. It's like just a minor one. So we'll come back to the game, and if that gets any more serious, we'll take a look. But happening right now, southern Japan, a little bit of shaking going on. Yeah, definitely, I agree. I really like the precision farming DLC, just because it adds to the realism, and I'm all about that. I just think that, you know, like it was kind of a tongue-in-cheek comment, but I think that there are other things that they could have worked on first. I'm glad that they released it. I am, but like I said, I think that there are other things maybe that they could have worked on prior to, you know, giving us some free DLC. Although I'll never complain about free, that's for sure. So you can see now my frame rate is cut in half. Just randomly it just starts going to 30 frames per second. Soybeans. Yeah, soybeans are a cash crop on this game. See, now because my frame rate is so bad, I'm having trouble handling trees. Or anything for that matter. I have to turn super slow, because if I turn fast, the game stutters and it... Oh, what happened there? Did you see that? I threw it into the field and it threw it back to me. Some really weird physics going on here. Alright, we delimb that tree. There's one more tree here. Probably just delimb it right here. That didn't do a fucking thing. trees. Some people have been having game performance issues once you start cutting trees. No kidding, really. I mean, I have been doing a lot of tree cutting lately, so that is interesting. Also, how did I miss that bush? I'll have to, whoops, no. There we go. I'll have to look into that. I didn't realize that was a thing, but honestly, with all the other issues the game has, I can't really say that I'm surprised. Like, case in point, I cut that tree down and it's just kind of doing the gangster lean right there. Kind of got the Tokyo drift going on with that, that tree. So we'll just throw it. There we go. Oh, but did you see it come back? Definitely some weird physics going on in the game. Okay. Look at all the traffic that's backed up. Oh, man. That's my fault. Sorry. Guess it's a good thing I don't work for, like, Aspelund or something, because I'd probably piss a lot of people off. Yep, sorry, my bad. That's me. That's all me. Here, let me try to get this out of the road. Alright, there you go, come on through. People are like, you idiot! It's always that one branch. Never had that issue, huh? I mean, consider yourself one of the lucky ones, because I used to have frame rate issues with FS19 as well. And it was kind of the same thing. After I'd play for like an hour, suddenly all of my frame rate would just go in the toilet. And so I'd close the game and relaunch the game, and it would be fine for another hour. But I just had attributed that to, like, the fact that I had, like, probably 50 mods active or more. And I was running on a 4X map. So I assumed that there was, like, memory leak going on, you know? But I don't have too many mods active on this map right here. And this isn't a 4X map, so I was like, you know, what's really happening here? Oh, we got all kinds of mess here. Let's see. Gonna have to head off. Thank you very much for dropping in. Thank you for the follow, and thank you for the server information. I'll take a look at that soon, and maybe I'll see you guys on the server. Thanks again, and have a fantastic day. We're almost done with this little mess over here. Let's see, this one. This is a big boy tree here. Perfect. All right, so now I gotta figure out. All right, let's get into the stump grinder. And cut some stumps. Oops. Okay, that one's good there. One's good there. Got another one over here. Hey. Whoops. Look out! That one's good there. Oh, where are the other ones? There's one over here. Oh, and there's a little one over there too. That one's good. Oh, I forgot a tree. Seriously? All right. We're running into another stump here. Yep. This is the issue with trying to do forestry in areas where the grass is grown, because once you cut the tree, then you have to find the stumps, and the stumps are very hard to find in grass. Oops. Would also help if I knew how to drive. That stump was stubborn. It didn't want to go. That one's gone. We got one more over here. Why is that turning? Having like ghost control inputs here, phantom control inputs. My joystick is just randomly moving things around without my permission. This stump will not grind. There it goes. That was weird. I feel like that shouldn't have been that difficult. Oh, and now I'm hung up. How does this happen? How does my mowing deck go over it in one direction but not in the other? That one's cut. That one's cut. That one's cut. One over here. And I'm sure I'm going to find more when I start to cut the grass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang on to the grinder until I've mowed the grass, just in case. But I'm going to have to do something with these logs, so... Man, why were some of these not grind? There we go. Alright. I think that's everything. Man, I just do not have the money right now to lease a trailer to carry all of these. Oh, so let's see. A trailer, forestry trailer is going to run me 39 grand. Plus I need a truck to actually haul it. I could use one of these. It's such a pain because they don't carry very large logs. I'd have to cut them all down. I have, man, how do I want to do this? You have the IT runner stuff, but that, oh man, they just do not make it affordable to do this. I'm sure there's a cheaper mod out there, but do I really want to go that route? How do I want to do this? Hmm. $1,900 to lease that. And then I need to get a dolly. $459 to get that. Alright, so that took half of my money that I have available. But, you know, it worked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this here. And I'll drop the mowing deck here as well. And we'll just go and get the trailer and the dolly. Use that to take care of this wood. And then after that, we'll get rid of everything and do some mowing, get rid of the grass, sell that. Having a hard time keeping money in the bank just because I'm doing a lot of work to like improve the farm right now, so it's a lot of upfront costs, and I already have a large loan taken out, so I don't want to make that worse. I didn't have a choice at the time. I had to take the loan out. But if I can keep mowing grass and selling it, then that's a little bit of income. But I'd like to not have to remove the trees because that is where the money gets lost. I don't make enough from the trees to... Whoops, damn it. I don't make enough from the trees to justify getting the equipment to take the trees out, you know? Is this an auto-load trailer? Could I be that lucky? No, it is not, so... Get a phone call while I'm streaming. From a spam number, of course, because I forgot to turn my ringer off. Man, spam people in my chat, spam people in my phone. I can't get rid of it. Like, this whole world is nothing but spam now. It's hard to even know that there are real people out there because everybody that tries to interact with me is a fake person. With the exception of Xylo, who happened to be a real person. Thank you for being a real person. I wish there were more people like you. Alright, we'll get rid of the nice, clean, straight logs first, and then we'll come back to the gangly things over here. This is going to be tricky because, again, my frame rate is crap, so... Raceworker, how you doing? Good morning. Alright, that went in there fairly easily. Welcome to... Whoops. See, my frame rate is so shitty that the stuttering makes it so I can't hold on to things. Welcome to day 2 of my new schedule. Really? Come on. Oh, yes! Did I bang that in there? Perfectly. Alright, I can't. I need to save and reload the game because the frame rate is just too fucking bad right now. Giants, you gotta fix your stuff. You really gotta fix the game, Giants, because this is embarrassing. Like, a player shouldn't have to reload the game just because there's a memory leak and you lose frame rate halfway through. Like, come on, people. Test your shit before you release it to the public, please. This is embarrassing. Oh, and the other thing I gotta do, because their shit's so broken, is I gotta make sure it didn't delete my... Nope, it didn't this time. It did when I opened it up today. Whoops. But it didn't delete my key bindings this time around. Which is another problem I wish they'd fix. All right. Right. Super strength. What the hell? Why are you vibrating like that? You're not stuck on anything. Or are you? What are you stuck on? Are you kidding me right now? Apparently this log was stuck on something. Come on, stop moving. My God, you know. The controls in this game are something else. Not what I wanted to do. Spin this log around. Drop it on the ground. Make myself tall. And we'll drop it in the truck like that. Alright, let's keep going down. Oops, would help if I didn't run over shit. Did I seriously throw it over the truck? Yep, sure did. Oh, actually, didn't know that. I didn't have to get it over the thing. It just goes through the bars. Nice. That definitely makes it a lot easier to load this thing. Forward march. That is not what I wanted to do either. Oh, why? Why do you have to be so stupid? Gosh, this is not a difficult game, but why they need to make it this difficult is beyond me. Here is one that I missed. Get it out in the road so I can cut it. Apparently, whoops, well, that was dumb. There we go. Won't go through light poles, but it will go through these poles. Your guess is as good as mine as to why. What? Stop moving. Thank you. There's some really big logs on there. Okay, I think we got everything out of that field. Now we just need to pick this field up. There's a few absolutely monster trees out here. Why are you giving me trouble right now? Okay. There we go. Trying to keep things neat as best I can. Nope. I don't want to use it as a pry bar. Actually surprised that went on the truck. Nope. Definitely didn't tell you to do that. Hopefully I'll get some big money for these logs as they are, like these giant things. Just because these are some absolutely monster logs. Like, look at these things. I think some of them might be touching the ground just barely. I'll actually be surprised once this thing's fully loaded if this tractor can even haul this trailer. I imagine the amount of weight on the back of it is incredible right now. I only have a handful more, probably a dozen more logs I need to throw on there. Most of them are small, so... Got that one log that's kind of sitting funny up there. Nope, definitely didn't tell you to do that. Drop you in there. Pull up a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. And then the gangly trees. So, a couple more monster ones here. Oh, you just kind of pushed it and didn't grab it. I need you to grab it. Might not be able to fit all these giant ones on here. The little ones I'm not too concerned about, but starting to run out of space. It's not what I was hoping for. Here's one. And here's one. All right, only I think one giant one left. The rest are little tiny trees. And then we'll be able to haul this thing to the lumber yard. And we'll come back and get these big funky ones. Alright, I think this is it for the giant logs. Boy, it didn't like to sit that way, did it? Eesh. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, grasping items in this game is an adventure. Absolute adventure. And I don't mean like a cruise ship adventure. I mean like let's kick you in the balls adventure, you know? It's just painful and unpleasant. This trailer is just getting way too overfull. I actually got 2 trees hanging off the side over here. All right, 2 more, and I'm actually going to load them from the right side this time. Watch this one just like cause a weird collision that makes all the logs just completely explode out of the back of the truck and scatter all over the map. Well, I guess I would actually have to get the log into the truck before it would do that. All right, perfect. All right, let's tension belt this thing down so they don't go anywhere. And let's head to the lumber yard. I can't believe this tractor is actually pulling this thing. That is just incredible. I don't know how I'm going to do with hills because the ones in the back are just barely dragging the ground. This tractor is putting in some work. I think the only reason I don't have issues with the back of the tractor being pulled up right now is because of the dolly. I think the dolly is actually keeping weight on the dolly tires instead of the hitch of the tractor. So it's actually kind of acting as a weight distribution unit in addition to an adapter for the fifth wheel to the regular hitch. I wouldn't even begin to guess what kind of money I'm going to get for these logs. Ooh, boy, the braking, though. I don't have any brakes at all. I'm hoping I'm going to get a few $1,000s for these after all the work that I've put in. Maybe enough to pay for leasing this equipment. It's kind of the problem is, like, I lease this equipment and I don't quite make enough to make up for what I've spent leasing it. So it's really kind of a loss, or at best a zero-sum situation. Let's see what we can come up with. I'm hoping for at least a couple thousand. All right, coming up on our crossing here. I need to check the map for trains. I don't see a train coming, so that's good. So we're gonna turn in. Go over. Hopefully we clear the tracks. Yes, we do. Perfect. We will turn in. Perfect, right there. Not quite sure what happened there, but sell wood, R. Boom. 17,008. Wow. That is way more than I expected. I lost 500 for an environmental score penalty. I don't really know what that is. I'd have to look that up, but wow. 17 grand. Over 17 grand for that. So definitely made up for leasing this equipment. I can afford to purchase another beehive right now if I wanted to. Although I think I'm gonna hold off on the beehive for right now, and I'm just gonna focus on trying to keep some of this money. I mean, I may end up buying another beehive, but not right at this moment. I still have a huge loan that I want to try to work toward paying off, because that will lower my interest payments, which is another monthly expense that I want to knock down and get rid of. Ultimately, I'd like to not have to operate on a loan. But we've got a few more trees to get rid of here. So I'll end up with another couple thousand maybe. There goes the train. And then I've got all this grass I can mow over here. Pretty excited about that. So these gangly trees, I don't quite know how I'm gonna load these into this tractor right now. Let's see. See, I'm not gonna get as much money for these because they're all twisted and messy. It's also gonna be super difficult to load these because they're all like twisted and have branches and stuff. Just have to do the best I can, and hopefully I can get there in one piece without getting snagged on anything. They're just like hanging all over the place. I can't wait to see the tension belts on these. They're gonna be all messed up. Alright, then we got the little log here that we can just toss in. Alright, I think I picked up everything there. Let's see how weird the tension belts look. Oh yeah, they're everywhere. Alright. Now we'll drag this down to the other end and get the other gangly tree. I look like a giant hedgehog just driving down the side of this field right now. I didn't bother to like de-branch this at all, so it's just a big tumbleweed right now. Alright, take the tension belts off. Let's see here. Let's throw this log in. I've got this, for some reason this felt like it needed to hook onto these and they won't come apart. Really? Wow. It's being extra difficult today. At this point I'm just like throwing them any old place. I'll just let the tension belts hold them together until I can get to the lumber yard. Alright. It appears that is everything. Tension belts. Hopefully that holds everything. Let's see if we can get there without getting stuck or messing anything up. I've got a log just completely off the side of the trailer like that. Took out the sign. Nice. Oh, I got a couple of logs that turned sideways here. That's cool. I don't know how that managed to happen. Well, with any luck, I'll get there in one piece, taking up 2 lanes, but whatever. Oh, I want to go down this way. Oh, no! God damn it! Ah. Tip up. There we go. Jesus. Well, we know what side the weight's on. This is absolutely ludicrous right now. Oh, yeah. This is going to be painful. If I were actually hauling something like this down the road, I'd be knocking over everything. Light poles and signs and hitting cars and just everything. Look at that one tension belt that's like straight. Oh, man. Oh, boy. This would never be allowed in real life. This is the fuck it all method. Oh, yeah, here we go. Gonna try to turn this corner with that car in the way. Did manage to do that pretty cleanly, though, I gotta admit. I'm a little impressed with myself that I made that happen, but now I got another car coming. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use the railroad crossing here. My truck might just be a bit too wide. Alright, the train has just gone by, so I don't have to worry about that. Let's see if we can sneak in here. If I get stuck here, it's game over, because... Alright, good. Because I wouldn't be able to reverse through that, that's for sure. Alright, I managed to get here without getting stuck or having any weird collisions that cause my tractor to just, like, wig out. Only 11,007 for those. I'm surprised I got that much, honestly, because I've always heard that the jagged, weird-looking trees, they don't sell for nearly as much. So I made like nearly, I would say nearly $30,000 just in lumber right there, just in trees. So that's pretty good. That will put a pretty big dent in our loan. I don't know that I'm going to pay off the whole loan right now with that. I'll probably pay off like 10,000 of the 50,000 just to put a dent in it. But I want to have a little bit of money on hand to be able to like do stuff with, especially if I need to lease equipment or stuff like that. I've just been cutting it too close to bankrupt for a long time. But this log trailer and the dolly worked out really well. I'm impressed. This may be the route that I go from now on and just sell the logs instead of doing wood chips, because I think I'm getting a lot more money for the logs than I am for the wood chips. Particularly those big monster trees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and I'm going to mow that area, but I'm going to hold on to everything for now, all my leased equipment, just in case I come across a log that I forgot or a stump that I forgot. Because all too often I start doing this and then I realize, oh, well, I just returned all my leased equipment, but here's a stump or here's a log. So we will park this right there. And I will connect up to the stump grinder and move that out of the way. And then we will connect up to the mower. And when I connect up to the mower, there's also a bush I need to get rid of up there too. So we'll get rid of that bush. Perfect. Nice. All right, excellent. All right, we're going to take a quick break. I need to run upstairs real quick, and I will be right back. So don't go away. More to come after this. Stay tuned. The Stormforce Games merch store is now open. Come browse the latest and greatest merchandise that Streamlabs has to offer, from t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, hats, and more, all with your favorite Stormforce Games logos and branding. All Stormforce Games merch is priced to sell, with most items priced so low, you can't beat it. Come check out the Stormforce Games merch store on Streamlabs. You're watching Stormforce Games, where lightning does strike twice. Exclusively on Twitch. Welcome back, everyone. It is Farming Simulator 22 day here on Stormforce Games, and that is what we are doing right now. So let's get back into it. We have just finished some forestry work. We made ourselves quite a bit of money, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to make a little bit more here with some grass operations. Let's take a look at the books, and we can see that we're actually in the positive for this month. So we've changed months. Last month we ended up pretty heavily in the negative for that month. We lost about $62,000 last month. A lot of that was because of vehicle leasing costs and construction costs and new vehicles. You can ignore this land purchase thing and land sale because I ended up washing that out with some money income. We had to purchase some parcels of land so that I could remove some bushes, and then we sold the land back and we evened out the money. So there wasn't really a gain or a loss from that. We did end up gaining this parcel of land, but not these fields, just because of a technicality with the game. So we are utilizing these, but yeah, that was the only hiccup with the whole process. I was trying to sell this parcel of land back, but because of the way that the map was set up, I wasn't able to do that. So what we're gonna do right now is just start mowing this area. And then we'll harvest the grass for sale. Well, I tried switching cameras. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say I tried switching cameras, but it really doesn't like this inside view. It really kills the frame rate there. So we'll stay outside. And we'll just mow the grass. Oops. Apparently it doesn't like that when you get onto the field there. We'll definitely end up with a lot of grass from this area, which is nice, because I could use the money. This will also be fantastic for making hay and silage later on. Oh, there goes the frame rate. There goes the frame rate right there. Down to 30 frames per second from 60. How you doing, Xylo? Welcome back. You got bored, huh? Well, the good news is you shouldn't see any more ads, because I just ran an ad break a little while ago and my pre-roll ads are disabled for the next 24 minutes. So, I'm excited about that. And I'm only going to be streaming for about another hour and 10 minutes anyway, so. Just missed a little bit there. So far, we haven't run into any trees or stumps that we forgot, so I'm happy with that. Okay. Get ourselves, I think, 4 nice rows of mowed grass here that we'll be able to pick up. Maybe 5. Oh, there's a sign or something that I didn't see. There's some lights on here because it's starting to get dark. Oh, just knocked over the stop sign. Bummer. I may not worry about this fringe right at the edge of the road just because it looks like it's going to be kind of a pain to get around all those lights. I may try to clean it up, but I'm not sure. It looks like more work than it's worth, honestly. Skirt around the sign. Right. Let me see. Can get this. Alright, cool. Now there's a few pieces that I missed up this way, so we'll go back and hit those. A bit right there. I think that's basically it. Oh, there's some more right here, I guess. And a smidge right over here. Oh. Alright, I think that's it. So let's go back and get our wagon. Start to clean this stuff up. You know, I suppose I could do this little parcel too. Every penny counts. Not quite wide enough to do the Zamboni method, but I tried. All right. Perfect. Now we can go get the wagon. And I am happy to report that it appears that we did not forget any trees, nor did we forget any stumps. Woo! Yeah. Welcome aboard, everybody. Thank you very much for the raid, C-Lad. Or Psy-Lad. Sorry. Anyway, thank you very much for the raid. 7 people coming in. For those of you who don't know, I am Stormforce Games. This is Farming Simulator 22, and we are making a mess. Psy-Lad, very good, very good. Yeah, welcome aboard. Thank you very much for the raid. You must be a fellow farming sim streamer, I would imagine. Pay no attention to my lack of driving skills with this thing attached. Excellent, excellent. Always happy to see another farming sim streamer.
Good morning, Vietnam! Hey, this is
Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome.
Time to rock it from the Delta to the DMZ.
How you doing? Welcome aboard to all of you raiders joining us. You must have just wrapped up streaming, I would imagine. Probably streaming farming sims, so I will have to drop by and drop a follow for you. Heffy, thank you for the follow and welcome. We are on Goldcrest Valley, and we are just trying to make some money, doing some grass operations right now. We're cutting it, we're selling it, we're putting the money in the bank, we're improving our farm. This is our kind of our survival mode farm. We're not taking any money cheats. We're just using in-game vanilla loans and just doing things the way that they should be done. We are going to be starting a new map soon that I'm going to, you know, pump myself full of probably a couple $1 million to get started, and then we're going to just play the hell out of that map. But this one I just wanted to have some fun with because it's Goldcrest Valley. How can you not have fun on Goldcrest Valley? Doing some harvesting. Nice, nice. One of my favorite things is harvesting crops because it's kind of like you're giving your land a haircut, you know? You just get a tall field of like sunflowers or corn or wheat or something, and you just drive over it with a harvester, and all of a sudden, hey, buzz cut, look at that. It's fantastic. All right. We got that all picked up. Let's start on the other direction now. I apologize for the terrible frame rate. I am probably one of many people that have this problem with farming sim ever since FS19. After you play the game for about an hour, then suddenly your frame rate just goes in the toilet. And in order to get the frame rate back, you have to reload the game. So I just hate having to reload the game every 45 minutes to an hour. So I just deal with it. Right now we're doing about 40 frames per second, which is not great, but not terrible either. You can definitely tell there's some stuttering there. Yeah, Goldcrest Valley is one of my favorite maps. I started playing the FS... oh, we're full. Started playing the FS franchise with FS17. Of course, Goldcrest Valley was one of the pack-in maps with that, so I got used to it. It was kind of my home map. When I played FS19, Goldcrest Valley was converted for it, but the conversions that I found weren't very good. So I ended up playing a map called Great Plains, which was a 4x flat map. I really liked that one, and I played thousands of hours on that map. And then FS22 came out, and I said, oh, cool, new maps. Let's take a look. And lo and behold, a couple of different people made conversions for Goldcrest Valley for it, one of which, this one, turned out to be pretty good. So I said, let's play Goldcrest again, because it's everyone's favorite map, you know? But I do have a couple of other maps that I want to check out. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait. This one's just have fun right now sort of map. So welcome aboard, everybody that's joining us. My my chatbot viewers list just exploded. It finally updated with everything. So, ay. We're just picking this grass up and selling it right now so we can get some money in the bank. Eventually, I'm going to be baling it and storing it for when I have animals, but for right now it's just a pick it up and sell it sort of thing. I primarily play farming sim, but if it has simulator in the title, I've probably played it on stream once or twice. I have American Truck Simulator, I have Euro Truck Simulator. I play those semi-regularly with Truckers MP online. I also play Bus Simulator from time to time, Flight Simulator, sometimes City Skylines. I have Power Wash Simulator, Lawn Mowing Simulator. I mean, you name it, I've got it. There's a few other games that I play other than simulators as well. I do Animal Crossing from time to time. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe from time to time. Also Mario Maker. Those are kind of like Mario Maker, Mario Kart. Those are the games that I want to play when I want to like get pissed off and salty because they drive me nuts. This is like a therapeutic game, you know? You can play it, and aside from Forestry, you don't really get that upset. For some reason or another, Forestry in this game just cranks me up. It just sets me off because it's so bad. Like, it's implemented so poorly. But doing stuff like this, you know, harvesting and cutting grass and stuff, it's relaxing, it's calming. So that's why I tend to play it very much, because I don't really like getting, you know, sideways on stream. But yeah, watch me play Mario Maker. You see me get pretty twisted. But yeah, I've got a whole ton of games that, many of which I never played or played once or twice. We were talking, Xylo and I were talking about Surviving Mars earlier, and I used to play Surviving Mars fairly regularly on the stream. I haven't played it in a while, but yeah, there's a lot of games that I play. This is my primary thing, though. This is what I tend to do more than anything else. I've got probably, if I had to estimate, I'd say probably close to 10,000 hours in Farming Simulator, spread across 17, 19, and now 22. It's just so much time. I also used to do GTA RP quite a bit, but recently I stopped doing that just for various reasons. Yeah, exactly. It's therapeutic. It calms you down. You know, I work, the job that I do in my real life is pretty dangerous, so it's nice to like come home and just chill and not have to, like, you know, put on a show for your viewers. Like, you can just sort of do this and have a blast, you know? But yeah, I used to do a lot of GTA RP, which was, you know, not so bad. That was more entertaining than anything else. But this is my calm down game. So it's pretty awesome. There's just so much you can do with it, you know? You don't even have to farm. You could, you know, get tow trucks and do that, or fire trucks and do that. It's just, it's such a sandbox type game. It's a lot like Minecraft. Like, you can just sort of do whatever you want to do. That's what I love about sandbox games like this. Which is why I think I'm into simulators so much, because you think about really any simulator, like, they have objectives that you can complete if you want to, or you can just screw around, you know? Here comes the rain, which, strangely enough, I hear it, but I don't see it. It's probably because my frame rate's so low. The wipers are on, but... oh, there it is. I can just barely see it. Yeah, the rain's really good. They did a great job with, like, the sound effects and stuff in the game, you know? I mean, I've got sound effects too, like the lightning and stuff. Whoops. But the sound effects in the game are pretty damn good, too. They did a good job with this. There's still a lot of major issues with this game, but at least it's playable, whereas 19, when it first came out, for me, was not playable due to some controller issues. I actually had to buy a new steering wheel just to play 19 because it wasn't compatible with many steering wheels out there. Yeah, they do have thunder in the game. The loud one was my sound effects, but they do have, if you listen closely, some thunder effects in the game. Got some food to cook. Yeah, definitely. Thanks for dropping in. Thank you for the raid again. I'll definitely check out your stream. Thanks for the follow as well.
Hey, this is not a test. This is rock and roll. Time to rock it from the Delta to the DMC.
Thank you very much for everything, and we'll see you again. I'll definitely check out your stream here shortly. I'm gonna have to run a quick ad here real quick, just while I've got all these viewers. I don't typically have all these viewers, so I need to sort of do the shameless plug here. So while I start on this row of grass, I'll quickly run an ad, and then we'll come right back to more Farming Simulator right after this. The Stormforce Games merch store is now open. Come browse the latest and greatest merchandise that Streamlabs has to offer, from t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, hats, and more, all with your favorite Stormforce Games logos and branding. All Stormforce Games merch is priced to sell, with most items priced so low, you can't beat it. Come check out the Stormforce Games merch store on Streamlabs. Thanks for bearing with me. I try not to run Twitch ads except for at the top of every hour, but I try to run the merch store ad when I can, just cause. I might get lucky, someone might buy a t-shirt, you know. We are plugging away at this grass. It's a good thing I'm not trying to make hay, because the rain wouldn't be helping me much here. We are almost done with, have a Stormforce PC. Yeah, so funny story about that. So when 5 or 6 years ago, when I came up with a name for this channel, I was like, oh, okay, you know, that's kind of out there, like, you know, nobody probably has that name. And then, you know, I did all the logos for the channel, did all the artwork, and did all the production and stuff, and then I just happened to, like, come across this computer company from the UK, and they were like, Stormforce Gaming PCs, and I'm like, son of a bitch, that sucks. So I decided I wasn't going to change the name of the channel, but I put a little disclaimer on my Twitter. I'm like, yeah, I'm not affiliated with this computer company. I don't want people to think like I'm selling gaming computers or anything. I also didn't want to get some unwanted attention from the computer company, but I understand that they're a pretty decent computer. It just so happens that I think I had the same idea as them when it came to naming my brand. But yeah, anyway, I've heard good things. I could never afford one of their computers, but I custom built my own. Yeah. So I use a 2 PC setup. I have my gaming computer, which I built, custom built. It's running a GTX 2060 video card in it. It's an i7 9700, 16 gigs of RAM, all that jazz. And then I have my streaming computer, which has my webcam, my microphone, my stream deck hooked up to it, all that stuff. It's an i7 with 8 gigs of RAM, and it's just enough to run OBS fairly well. It's the next computer I have on my list of things to upgrade or to replace. It's an old Dell Optiplex 790 or something like that. I forget. And it's running it's running like a 20-year-old NVIDIA Quadro card for video card, which was like a really expensive video card back in the day, but nowadays it's like nothing. You can still buy Quadro cards. They're like $12,000 to $15,000, but they're for like high-end CAD applications and all that jazz. This one was an old video editing machine that I have been holding together for years and years, and for whatever reason, oh, come on, why are you bugging out there? For some reason, it still manages to work. Thanks for dropping in. We'll see you again. Yeah, I've been building computers for years and years. This gaming rig was my most expensive build so far. I've built a few that have been okay, but this is really my pride and joy. One of these days I'll post a picture of it to my Discord and to my channel page and the panels down below. I used to have a picture of my whole studio set up in there, but once I get this studio like rearranged and cleaned up and presentable, then I'll post another picture of it just so it looks good. Excuse me. Yeah, for everyone else that's hanging around and watching because of the raid, feel free to drop a follow. I do have Discord information and all sorts of other stuff. You know, all the information's right there, and also on Twitter as well. I have an Instagram that I don't use as much as I should. So for all you folks that are kind enough to hang out, feel free to check out the social media as well. I try to stream. I just started this new schedule, this new stream schedule with my new work schedule. So the schedule's also posted in various places, but I will be streaming right around 18 hours a week, and that's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And also, at the same time, I'll be streaming Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings from 8 p.m. to around 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern Time. So there are a couple of days a week where I will be doing two different streams, which will be pretty awesome. And that's due to the fact that my new work schedule allows me to... see, I knew I forgot a tree. There's a tree over there that I forgot. My new work schedule allows for me to take a few hours off in the middle of the day so that I can... I split my day up, basically, into 2 chunks of work, which is really nice. You know, I don't have a whole 8-hour day. I have 2 3.5-hour days split up, which I'm really happy about. Alright, I think that's all the grass. So we're gonna go sell this. And, oh, this part too. Forgot about that. So we're gonna go sell this grass. Maybe pay a little bit of our debt. And then we will, I think, get rid of that last tree that I forgot about. I'm gonna actually fast forward time to the sun comes up. I don't like working at night. It's too difficult to see things. Alright, that's good enough there. Perfect. We'll drop that there. So overall, we'll take a look at the finances for this month so far, and we are in the black by about $29,000 so far. We did have a bit of construction cost. That was actually landscaping. Just some overhead here for leasing, property maintenance, vehicle running costs, production costs, etc. But we sold about $29,500 in wood. That was all trees that we cut down. $833 has come from our greenhouse so far, which is really good. That's some nice passive income there. And then harvest income has been from the grass that we've been mowing. A little bit of miscellaneous costs here too, and loan interest as well. So we have a $50,000 loan. Let's repay 10,000 of that, just to knock that interest down a bit. And then we will go back, get rid of our leased equipment, and we'll take that log to the lumber mill, to the sawmill, and get rid of it. I always forget one. There's always one that I can't seem to take care of. Sorry, I had to check something. The job that I do in where I live exposes me pretty frequently to high grass and wooded areas. And where I'm from, we have a big problem with ticks. And if you're not familiar with what a tick is, it's basically a little insect that latches onto your skin, and it actually embeds its head under your skin and sucks your blood. That wouldn't be such a big problem, except that most ticks, a lot of ticks, they transmit Lyme disease, and that can cause a whole bunch of different health problems. So every time I get out of my work truck and perform my duties, I end up with, you know, 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 4 ticks crawling on me, and I have to pick them off and check myself over. So once in a while, I'll feel like all these creepy crawlies on me, and I'll have to just stop and check my legs and under my socks and stuff to make sure that that no ticks are crawling on me. So occasionally I will disappear and reappear. It's really a pain in the butt. Oops. I wish I didn't have to do it, but it's just because of where I live, ticks are all over the place, and it causes a lot of problems. It used to be years ago that people would burn their land, like if they had fields or a lot of grassy areas. Why don't you wear those bracelets that keep ticks away? I'll have to, I guess I'm not familiar with what you're talking about. I'll have to research that a little bit. I do have tick spray in my truck that I generally spray around the cuffs of my pants, just to keep the ticks away. Occasionally what I'll do too is I'll tuck my pant legs, the cuffs of my pants, into my socks so that it creates a barrier so that they have a harder time crawling in. It doesn't really bother me if they're crawling on my pants, but if they're under my pants or in my skin or between my socks and my skin, that's where I get a little, pardon the phrase, ticked off, because I don't want them crawling on me. I'll have to look into these bracelets that you're talking about. But yeah, years ago, people used to burn their land, 1, to encourage new growth, and 2, to kill off unwanted pests like ticks and bees and stuff like that. Like, not bees, but hornets, wasps that build their nests underground. But with all the environmental stuff going on these days, and in some areas, lack of rain, just drought, creates problems when you try to burn land. You could either inadvertently create a very bad wildfire, or you get somebody yelling at you because you're polluting the atmosphere with burning your grass. So a lot of people don't go through it anymore. They don't deal with it. And because of that, the tick population in our area has really exploded over the last 10 years. It's just unbelievable. That, coupled with the fact that our winters have gotten warmer and warmer, it's not cold enough anymore to kill off the ticks during the winter. So all they have to do is go under the ground, you know, a few feet, and suddenly they're insulated. The use of pesticides has stopped too because of, you know, environmental concerns. And I'm all about trying to save the planet. Like, we have to live here, so we should take care of it. But at the same time, there are pests out there that can create pretty bad problems for people. So we have to, whoops, that was dumb. So we have to kind of try to balance that as best we can. I don't really know that ticks have any useful purpose. Like, I understand that, like, I don't like bees of any type. Even bumblebees and honeybees. Like, they don't bother me as much as wasps and hornets, but I just don't like bees. But I don't go out of my way to kill them either, just because I know that they, like, honeybees and bumblebees have beneficial purposes. Hornets and wasps, on the other hand, I don't really know what their purpose is, other than to sting people. They're just a-holes. Alright, so I think we're done with this dolly and this log trailer. I guess I can just return it. We'll return that. I'm also done with the stump grinder, so we'll return that. Return the dolly. So now I don't have to worry about driving back with it. And we sold the grass. I don't really know that there's a whole lot more we can do. Earthquake. We have a earthquake in this area. North of Kanazawa and northwest of Nagano. Intensity of 2, possibly an intensity of 3. It's a magnitude 4 earthquake, depth of 10 kilometers, right at the tip of that peninsula there. So the potential for a tsunami is low. It's not a very serious earthquake, but for if you know or are in that area and know anyone in that area, the potential for some shaking in that area. So if you have friends or family in that region of Japan, be on the lookout. Possible shaking. Doesn't appear to be super serious right now, which is good. We'll go back to the game and revisit that if anything becomes of that. Alright, we'll turn up here, back to the regular farm. And not really sure what else we can do at this moment other than waiting for the grass to grow. We do have some honey sitting there that we could sell if we wanted to. I actually don't have a trailer that I can carry that with, so that's going to be kind of problematic right now, I think. I do have money for vehicle maintenance, though, and this tractor needs maintenance, so let's drive it up to where we need to go. I suppose I could just get some forks for this front loader And I could use that to carry it to sell point. That'll probably be cheaper than to buy a truck or something. Alright, let's figure out the maintenance on this vehicle here. $8,700 to repair. We can repair the bucket and the arm. Very good. So the paint condition is terrible, but it's going to cost us a lot to repaint that, so we're just not going to repaint it. But mechanically, we fixed it. It took quite a bit of money from us there. Let's see what Honey's selling for right now. Oh, wow. Pretty good amount. So that's pretty good. Apparently the cost goes up in the winter. So we may just sit on that for a little while. Let's see here. As far as this goes, let's check on the maintenance cost for this. I also need to fuel these tractors, which is, again, more money than I want to spend, but I can repair the mower. I don't really need to. 6,000 to repair this this tractor, so we'll do that. And then I suppose I should look at the John Deere. I haven't used the John Deere that much, just for field work, so hopefully the repair costs are low. Because I've just spent about 10 grand repairing tractors here. Well, this one's in need of some work too, so let's go take a look. Oh, 3,700 to repair this one. All right, so we just spent a whole bunch of money repairing tractors, but honestly, we need to. You know, that's part of the game. I can only imagine the fuel cost is going to be just ridiculous. This one doesn't really need fuel. This one's okay. This one's okay on fuel too. I'm actually surprised. I thought I needed fuel, but I guess not. All right. Let's take a look here. What else can we do right now? This is my biggest issue, is trying to find things to do. As far as farmland goes, I own all of this land over here. See, this is all mowable over here. This is all mobile over here. The problem is, do I want to get into that right now? And my answer is probably not. I also own this. Oh, yeah, I purchased this because it was free. Not because I needed to purchase it. But I still, eventually I'll need to purchase all 5 of these fields. And we're talking like quite a bit of money. Let me just do some quick math with the help of my trusty calculator here. We'll call this one 62.3. And this one is 35.3. And this one is 62.2. This one is 129.3, 129.4. And this, did I do that wrong? I think I did that wrong. I was reading the wrong numbers. This one is 56.7. This one is 35.3. This one is 62.2. Maybe I didn't do it wrong. This one is 129.4. This one is 175. So in total, just under $500,000 worth of fields that I will need to purchase just to round out this little bit of land that I own. I obviously don't have anywhere near that amount of money right now, unless I were to take out a huge loan. And curiosity being what it is, I wonder how much loan could I actually take out? I wonder what... Will it let me take out $500,000 in loans? It actually will. I can even go higher. All right, you know what? What the hell? Let's roll the dice here. Let's gamble a little bit. Because ultimately, with more harvestable land means I can bring in more money at a time. So we'll roll the dice. We'll say, screw it. Let's do this. Let's go in. Let's go all in with a big loan. Let's purchase these fields. And let's start working these fields, okay? So I'm going to purchase this field. I'm going to purchase this field, this field, this field, and this field. Whoops, not that one. This one. All right. Boom. Look at that. Now we only have $11,000 left. We just spent close to $500,000 on land purchase. But now... everything you can see here, with the exception of 18, is ours. 12, 14, 15, this custom one that we made, 16, 19, 22, 23, and 24. 22's got soybeans on it, it looks. Oh, no, canola, sorry. Canola. And that's in the process of growing right now. 16, 24, and 23 are already cultivated and ready for planting. So let's see what we can actually plant right now. We are in the planting season for wheat and barley. Kind of stinks, though, because I already have a lot of wheat planted right now. I'm kind of wondering, do we wait until we get into spring and plant some corn or soybeans? Because soybeans will bring us a lot of money. So I think really that's what we should do. We should maybe fast forward time until the spring. So let's just, well, before we do that, hold up. Before we do that, let's save the game. Because we know what can happen when we start messing, make wholesale changes like that. Let's fast forward. We're going to lose a lot of money here. We may not make it until spring. We might run out of money before then. We're in December now. We're in January. More snow. February now. I think March is the beginning of spring. They classify that as spring. I don't know what that big noise was, but... Alright, we're in March now. Let's get the sunlight. Alright, here's the sun. Alright, we had a lot of money things happening there. So let's take a look at the last few months. We've consistently lost about $1,600 each month. And that was really due to property maintenance costs. Oh no, sorry. That was loan interest. My apologies. We actually only lost around between $600 and $900 per month. The loan interest was the $1,600. So our sold products, that's basically just from the greenhouse, was totaling around $2,000 to $2,200, $2,300. Not quite enough to break even. The one thing I do need to do is check on the greenhouse and see what our water status is, because we might need to refill. No, we still have about half of what we need for water. Yeah, we're a little bit over half in the way of water, so that's pretty good. But now the good news is I believe it's going to be planting season for almost all of this stuff. We need to get to April for soybeans. So let's get to April for soybeans. All right, we're at April. Oops. April for soybeans. So let's get our tractors going here. I want to check on our field status too here real quick. All right, so all of our fields are continuing to grow. That's excellent news. So we're going to grab our seeder, our drill, and we're going to start putting down soybeans. Also, since we just went crazy on fast forwarding time, that's our cultivator. That's not our seeder. Where's our seeder? I think it's over there. Ads are back. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately they are. I'm going to be wrapping up in the next 15 minutes or so, but those pesky ads. So now that all the grass is grown again, we can do another round of mowing, but that won't be done today. We're going to get these fields planted today. Let's change this to soybeans. It's that little stump of a log that I need to get rid of too. All right, off we go. Start with this field up here, I guess. This field has something in it. Oh, this field's growing. What's growing in this field? That's wheat. Oh, okay, perfect. Didn't have to worry about that one then. But 16 is a field that we need to do. Whoops, screwed that up. Alright, so we got wheat growing there. I didn't plant that. That was previously done, so we don't have to worry about that. But this field over here, number 16, is all good. And we're going to line it up, and we're going to let our helper do this. Since I don't have GPS on the tractors, it's just easier to let the helper do it. Could you go any slower? I forgot, this tractor is the one with, like, the crazy gearbox. Thought it said this field was cultivated, but I guess not. All the rocks in it. Yeah, it says it's cultivated, but it has all this stubble on it. Alright, so let me grab this other tractor and we'll put the rock picker on it. I think I gotta set up a lurk command. Thank you for the lurk. I don't have a command set up for it yet though, but one of these days I will. I keep forgetting, like, when I first started streaming, like, 5 or 6 years ago, I set up Nightbot and put a bunch of commands into it, and I honestly, for the life of me, couldn't even remember what half of them are. So I gotta go in one of these days and just kind of mess around with Nightbot and update everything and refresh everything. I forget too easily about stuff like that. Thing hangs off to the side of my tractor, kind of like a disc vine. It's just awkward to drive around with. Alright, we'll park this here. I don't think we're gonna have much time to do anything else. It's gonna take quite a few minutes for this field to get finished up and then move down to the other bigger fields. So what we're gonna do, I think, is wrap it up at this point, wrap up a few minutes early. Let me take a look on Twitch and just see if there's anybody that I can pass a raid along to. Just show some support. Nobody's streaming at the moment. Shibuya Keiho is streaming. Wonder what she's doing. What she's up to today. If you're into Japanese stuff, Shibuya Kaho is streaming right now. She's just chatting. It looks like, not sure what she's up to, but we won't raid her. But if you have a minute and you are into, you know, Japanese culture and stuff like that, Japanese streamers, she's pretty fun to check out. In the meantime, though, thanks everybody for watching. Really appreciate the raid from Silad today. And Xylo, thanks for coming in, following, and chatting. Really appreciate it. I'll definitely check out the server one of these days when I have some free time. Maybe tonight, if I think about it. And for everyone else that's watching, thank you very much for the support. Really appreciate it. remember, Discord is good. All the information down in the panels below is up to date with where you can find me on social media and upcoming stream events and stuff. So definitely check out the Discord and the Twitter and the Instagram. And we'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern for another round of Farming Simulator. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good day.